Okay, hey guys, this is just a quick video build guide slash overview of my Lightning Storm Yoga build in Season 1 of Torchlight Infinite. I'll put a link to the talents and everything in the description of the video, but just to quickly go over the gear. Starting with the weapons, obviously it's pretty standard. Caster crit daggers crafted at the moment. There's a couple of unique options that you can use before you get your hands on something like these. Shadow of Thunderlight's Eyes is a nice unique dagger, sacrificial blade, I should say, that you can use, or you can use whatever you want really. I recommend crit daggers just because it's a crit build and daggers are the best for that. And they also let you use Spiral Strike, which is probably the best movement skill in the game. Um, yeah, so just standard spellcaster stuff, and then cooldown recovery, which is important for the build because we're scaling a lot of that. This is really the only mandatory item in the build because it's a lightning to cold conversion build. It also has a nice little effect where it pretty much permanently puts slow on everything that you attack, which increases survivability by quite a bit. On top of freezing everything, basically nothing will ever actually be able to land an attack on you. Um, yeah, I've got End of Confusion at the moment. This combination of mods, crit damage per focus blessing, 1 max focus blessing, and chance to paralyze hit targets on hit when tenacity blessing reaches maximum stacks. This build generates all 3 types of blessings, so that's a pretty good combination of mods. I'm sure there's better ones available. You can also use a ring called Elemental Envoy for a bit of extra damage, a bit of extra resistances, but this ring has more life and energy shield on it. And also probably more damage at the end of the day, especially with Paralyze. The rest of most of the rest of the gear is now anyway crafted ES and resistance equipment. This one has the blur when energy shield starts to charge modifier that combos pretty well with this last modifier on this dagger. This can be percent spell critical strike rating as well. It doesn't have to be this mod if you're crafting one of these. And also don't use eagle shanks. Wise man's daggers are the way to go. They are a much faster attacking base, 1.75 attack speed versus the 1.35 attack speed on a eagle shank. This means that if you use a Wise Man's Dagger in your main hand, then your Spiral Strike will move and attack faster. Um, yeah, so that's the boots. This is the belts. Just again, cooldown recovery, ES, life, elemental damage. Gloves, same thing, ES regain. I got lucky crafting these fervor gloves. Fervor is a really good buff to have on basically any crit build, which obviously this is. This amulet, base bleed, is important. That's how we trigger the 5th ailment, so to speak, the bleed for the build, which this build is based heavily around triggering 5 ailments on hit. This pierce mod, I'll probably end up recrafting that to hopefully +2 active skill gems, which should be a lot better than that mod. This is just a standard ES slash life slash resistance chest. 22% curse effect is not great. There's probably better mods to put in that slot. Don't copy this chest exactly. That's just what I happen to roll, and I couldn't be bothered changing it, so that's what we've got there. And then the final item, I left this for last for a reason. This particular helmet is what I would consider a luxury item for the build. It's by no means mandatory. It is extremely expensive at the moment, and that is because it is extremely broken. Essentially, it's bugged while using mobility skills, triggers the core spell skill 2 additional times after using it. This mod is the culprit. It triggers the core spell skill 2 additional times for every enemy on the screen, which is obviously broken. I'm not sure when, if, or whatever they plan to fix it, but for now, it's ridiculously broken, and the price reflects that. It's not required for the build. Instead of using this, you can also just use a mod that gives you explode on kill. You can get that on chest. You can also get that as a corroded implicit on daggers. This is essentially a clear speed item through and through. It does not increase single target by much at all. If anything, it actively hurts you in some cases, and you could easily get something better than this for most boss fights in the game. Um, that being said, it is obviously an exceptionally powerful item. I'll be including some gameplay footage from some tier 7s, including a tier 7 Watcher and a tier 7 Traveler, as well as a tier 8 Traveler at the end of this video. All of that is using, well, all of that except for the tier 8 Traveler is using this helmet and the double spiral strike setup, which I now use for mapping. You'll also see that in the gameplay footage. Uh, that is a very fast mapping strategy. I'm not sure it's intended. It may get fixed soon, but basically it involves using 2 copies of Spiral Strike on your bars and then alternating between them, which drastically increases the rate at which you can use it, as you'll see in the gameplay footage. Um, hero traits, talents, everything like that. Talents will be, this will all be in the build planner link. They'll put that in the description. But just so you have a quick overview, we've got Goddess of Knowledge, Spiritcaller, and obviously Warlock because it's the best talent tree in the game. As far as pack spirits go, we've got these 3 at the moment. I got lucky and pulled a Boneworm's Daughter. It's not necessarily required, obviously, but it's a pretty good fit for this build considering we're scaling with number of ailments, using predominantly this talent for an extra 35% damage on hit per, well, 35% ailment damage on hit total, 7% per ailment, and we're triggering all 5 with Thundercloud or with also Lightning Imbue. Skills and everything, this will all be in the build planner as well, but just to quickly go over these 2. These are the links. If you don't have the fervor mod on gloves, you should probably include increased critical strike rating in these links for Lightning Storm and Thundercloud at least. Less important for Thundercloud. Again, all of this will be in the description of the video. I'll put a link to the build planner there. You can also find, I'm on the Discord, you can access over here in the game. I don't think the button's currently working. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. Yeah, I think that's about everything I wanted to cover. Again, if you've got any questions, you can either leave a comment here on the YouTube video or jump on the Discord, and plenty of other people that will be able to help you out over there. There's a written guide in the Youga channel on the Discord available as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy the gameplay. Oh, and the Traveler kill, the tier 8 Traveler kill is extremely messy. I'm not quite the best at that fight yet. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.